Good morning to everybody. Today I will tell about the history of the remaining part of the history of Dracula. In the 1980s, the original Dracula manuscript was discovered in a stable or outside building in a rural northwestern Pennsylvania. Nobody knows how it made its way across Atlantic. That manuscript, now owned by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen, begin on page 102. From 1 to 101 page already cut out from there. Nothing was there. Jonathan Harker's journey on a train, starting from this place, from page number 102, that is starting from this place, and 101 up to 101, it is nothing is there in the Bram Stoker Dracula novel. Once thought to be beginning of the story was actually in the thick of it. They raises a question: what was on the first 101 page? What was considered too real, too frightening for publication? Bram Stoker left a series of connection or information. You need only know where to look. Some of those clues were discovered in a recently translated first edition of Dracula from Iceland titled marked Mykarana or Power of Darkness. Within the first edition, Bram left not only his original preface intact, but parts of his original story outside the reach of his UK publisher. More can be found within the short story Dracula's Guest, now known to have been excised from the original text. Then there were his notes, his journals, other first edition worldwide, unable to tell the story as a whole, spread it out where, much like his famous vampire, it never died, only slept and waited. From this story, the analysis from the critics, that is here, a popular theory among critics is that the character Count Dracula is based on the infamously barbaric Ballad 3, better known as Ballad the Impaler. Ballad was born in Transylvania in the 15th century and was known as popularly the son of Dracul. His father was surnamed Dracul after being appointed to a knightly order called the Order of the Dragon. This name was derived from the Latin Draco, meaning dragon. The basis of this elder blood's epithet in modern Romanian Drac has evolved to mean devil. Bram Stoker is thought to have picked the name Dracula after reading a book that revealed to him this modern translation. His notes include the annotation in Colchian language means devil, written in response to Drac. The name, however, is not all. Dracula and Blood 3 have in common. Blood impaled his enemies on stakes to consolidate his political power in Wallachia. On account also claimed that while his victims were dying atop the stakes, Blood would dip bread into their blood and it in front of them eat it. But that account is unconfirmed. Whether Blood truly consumed blood, the parallels with Bram Stoker's Dracula remain evident. So critics, however, have argued that the Stoker's inspiration came primarily from other sources and that Blood simply provided the name. Dracula has been interpreted as an expression of anxiety about Eastern European invading Western Europe as presented by the Transylvanian who arrives in London and terrorized its residents. Others see Stoker's novels and exploration of suppressed sexual desire and the reaction to the patriarchal and conservative normal broadly prevalent in Britain during the Victorian period. Notable, it inverts the era's stereotypical gender roles through the highly sexualized action of the female vampires. Yet Dracula can also be seen and the evil of temptation personified as he preys on the woman who must then be protected by the men around them. The novel's complexity, especially in its representation of gender, allows numerous, sometimes contradictory and interpretations. That is the analysis of this story. If I find anything new for this Dracula chapter, I will highlight you later.